You're listening to the Ballet Piano Podcast, lifting the lid on dance accompaniment.
Hello viewers and hello listeners, welcome to a live recording of our 50th Ballet Piano Podcast. Thank you for joining us via audio, or if you are live on this beautiful sweltering Sunday afternoon, via the wonders of modern technology on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, wherever you happen to be joining us. Hello, my name is Chris Hobson. And at the risk of starting another marital divorce, to my left is Mr. Matt Gregory.
Hi, everyone.
To Matt's left is Akiko. So Akiko's left is David.
Hi, everybody.
And then in front of David is the dog. So before we start podcasting, we've made it through 50 episodes.
2 years. A year and a half?
2 and a bit years.
2 and a bit years.
2 and a bit years. I think we started in February 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember we went to a little podcast studio in the west of London
That
somewhere?
was in February.
That was February 2020.
Oh, yes.
So we
Forever away.
When we didn't know what COVID was.
And I had a fractured rib.
Nobody knew what a pandemic was. No. Well, we'll get there. We'll get onto the pandemic eventually. But we started off this podcast as staff room chat, really, wasn't it? I suppose. Like, I wanted an excuse to be able to tell funny stories about my job. And then I realised if I did that, I might never be employed again. So how can we tell stories? Well, we could do it by maybe like through the medium of class exercises, couldn't we? So that led Matt and I to go to Canary Wharf and have a really serious planning meeting. Do you even remember
yes,
this?
Yes, I do.
And we said, okay, how can we structure this so it's going to be fun and educational, but also that people might want to listen to us? And that's how we came up with the class series idea.
Yeah. Because we were always saying, oh, this happened in class today, in the staff room, and this happened in class, and this guy, I can't believe this happened. And then that was where we thought, well, there's a podcast in this. And then, we structured that first series.
I didn't know any of this.
In a series of exercises.
Well, that's how we structured it to remain employable.
Well, you know the other story.
No, all I remember is one day there's like an Amazon delivery and then boxes after boxes, microphone and all these gadgets arrived, and then Chris just told me we were doing podcasts. I was like, huh?
I think you texted me at a silly clock in the morning, drunk, saying I've just spent money on podcast equipment. We're doing a podcast.
I was on the way home from after work drinks. And I think I voice noted you and said, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So.
And we started it. We structured it in the, each episode as an exercise of class, didn't we?
We did. So with that in mind, we had a couple of questions, and I'm really sorry, but I can't remember the name of the person who sent them in, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But we had a message that said, when will we get to see and hear you guys do what you talk about? So we thought, well, there's a live here, isn't there? So I spent a little bit more money on some more gear. And here we are. So we thought David could set a few exercises, and then we're going to play our interpretations of the exercises individually 3 times, and then we'll talk about what we did, why we did it, if David thought it was any good or not.
We're sort of revisiting the first 20 episodes, aren't we?
We've run out of material, so we're going back. That's it.
This dog is eating me.
You lucky thing. David, what do you want to set? Well, I know you probably don't want to set anything, but what have you potentially agreed to set for us first?
Why don't we start at the bar?
Yep.
And we'll do a combined fondue and rond de jambe exercise.
Love
Fantastic.
Shall we do that?
Are you up for setting this like you would do in the studio?
I will try.
And then viewers, we absolutely do not know what David's going to do.
That's the jeopardy.
This is completely unrehearsed, like in a class situation. This feels like first date nerves, doesn't it?
It's not like David walked into our living room 20 minutes ago and said, so what are we doing?
We do not know what David's going to set.
Right, and then we're going to take it in turns. Who's going to play first?
I don't know. Do we just stand by there? Or?
Well, you maybe want to wait here and watch David set it?
But I give a bit space
I'll
for
you go first then, Akiko. Go over there and watch David. Go over there and watch David. And then...
Matt, come with me.
Well, I don't know. Why am I going over there?
No, we'll take it in turns.
Can I...
You can tell
go that way, go that way.
No, I'm not...
We rehearsed this so well in our technical. Right.
So I'm already thinking fondue and rond de jambe combined. I'm already thinking.
Yes. I'm thinking 3, 4 maybe. Winston, leave David alone.
So I'm going to stand up now. All right, like I do in class.
Winston.
All right. And I'm going to say, let's do a combined Batman fondue and rond de jambe exercise on a 3-4, please. Yes? We have 4 bars in, go to the bar, we stand at the bar, we have a preparation, 5, 2, 3, 6, 7, 2, 3, 8. Okay, so this is the bar. We do Batman, 1, 2, 3, fondue, and stretch 2, 3, close. À la seconde, 5 and 6, and à la seconde, point tendu. Rond de jambe, 4, en dehors, 2, and 3. And actually, let's Batman on the 4. À la seconde, 5, rond de jambe en l'air, and tendu. And then we reverse. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, battement and fondue and stretch and close. À la seconde, 5 and 6 and 7 to the tendu. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3. Here we go. And battement, rond de jambe. Let's do a single. Let's do a double and close. Port de bras. Forwards, 2, 3 and 4 to the back and 6 and 7 and 8. Demi-plie and 2, releve, retire, find your balance, and 6 and 7 and 8. And that's the end.
That was 16 counts on the end, Kiko.
Oh gosh. Thank you.
That's where I'm looking at the dancers to decide.
And then David will give you the most amazing indication to start, don't you?
So then I'll faff around saying, I want you to look at this, that and the other, whatever, to the students. And then I'll look at the pianist and I'll say, Mr. Kiko, are we ready? Can we have 4 bars in, please? Ready? And...
This is my interpretation. All right. Contestant number 3, please.
I'm just going to explain actually what I'm going to play.
Please do.
Because this is an improvisation that I've borrowed from somebody, and it's Brian Prentice from Scottish Ballet. I saw him play this for a plie on a live stream that they did a few years ago, and I loved it so much that I transcribed it, and then I sort of changed the B section up and make it my own. But I use his improvisation as a basis for this, so that's what that is. So there we go.
Excellent.
Matt, come back to the sofa. Let's chat.
No one was there giving me the thumbs up. I didn't know when it was ending. I was like, I think it's ending now.
It's a bit strange not seeing.
Not having dancers.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, but having David here as well, being able to hear David talking, it's like, where's the missing bit?
Does it make a difference when we stop talking? Does that make a difference?
I don't know, I think just because we were sitting there in
Yeah.
our little corner of our music room.
Yeah.
Looking at the dancers and the teacher
Yeah.
is so important. It's you take it for granted that the dancers are in front of you, but you are accompanying them and they're dancing to your music. So if you can't see them, it's a little bit.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun.
That's fun. Right, my first observation from that is you two both play quavers in the left hand. And I tend to, whenever I do a rondejump, I tend to just keep it really boring. Dum, jump, jump. It's really, I don't tend to do quavers.
I do mix sometimes
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that,
I
and then
mix-
sometimes just the simple, yeah.
Yeah, I mix it up as well.
Is it something in the setting why you do that, or is it just whatever takes your fancy at that particular time? Yeah.
If what like what David did, you put the fondue at the start. I might play something like a bit more of a jazz waltz,
Right.
And then for the rondejump, more quavers.
Yeah.
You know, to be a bit more legato and smooth and all the rest of it. But because you want a little bit of an accent on a fondue, a little bit of impulse,
Yeah.
I'd probably put a little bit more
Yeah.
accent in it.
Yeah.
And then obviously for the port de bras, it's even more luscious.
Yeah.
Very army.
People can see us be army. David, was any of that what you expected or would want in a studio, or was it just...
It was lovely. See, this is the thing. When you have such wonderful musicians, you just trust them. You just go with what they do. And we might even sort of like mix it all up. And let's say we do the 3/4, like we've just heard, on the one side. And then I might say, OK, let's change that. I want you students to really listen. Let's have a habanera on the other side. So then it becomes even more interesting because then we really don't know what's going to happen, and that's the last minute kind of thing. But usually we have a fantastic time, and it really works. So now we're going into our second exercise. This one we're going into the centre practice.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll go first.
And some of the exercises that we do, maybe the first or the second exercise, might be battement tendus with a little basic pirouette. Okay. So I'm going to stand up once more so you can see what I'm demonstrating. All right, and I might ask for a 2-4, please.
Yep.
All right, so that's very open about what kind of 2-4.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm going to say we have 4 counts in. We have 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Tendu 1, 2, and 2 jetés, and 3 glissés, 5 and 6, and a tendu en avant, and 7 and 8. Then we're going to reverse. 1, 2, and jeté, glissé, and tendu. To the side. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. This time, tendu back to where you came from. Close 5th and plié, single pirouette en dehors. Close, plié, single en dedans, and stand and 4. Actually, we might turn around and then we're on the other side. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. E, small, 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 and juice your tendu. 1, stretch, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 à la seconde. Turn your head, écarté, and 3 and 4, foot, 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 plié, stretch, tendu, stand, plié, pirouette, en dehors, plié, en dedans, plié, relevé, détourné, and stand. And that's it.
Are we doing both sides?
Are we doing both sides or just one?
We can do both.
Do both.
Okay.
Bars.
Do you want me to tell you what I'm going to
Yeah.
play or not? This is what I would play for that tendu exercise. It's swingy, isn't it? That's what that says to me.
Okay. Lovely, Matt. Thank you so much.
Probably a bit quick, actually.
Very nice.
I think that was a bit quick.
Quite like that.
I love that.
That's Disney.
It's actually easier to play first round. I mean, you don't need to be pressured about
Yeah, and you don't know what anybody else is
different
gonna
thing
play.
you have to play.
Right.
Very aware that I'm being
This
watched.
is my interpretation, possibly of what I may play for that exercise done by the wonderful David.
It's good.
Oh, bravo. Well done.
Thank you.
It's fascinating for me, actually, because I never actually watch you playing, because I always do.
Because you're doing your job.
That was a wonderful example of same meter, different feel.
Yes.
Okay, I would have to try. I would have to try to play something very different, don't I?
No, just
We're
play
going
what
to try
you
and
play.
top each
No,
other,
I
aren't
will
we?
try different. Okay, so.
Love it.
Very good. Look at her smug face.
So that's why we get so excited about class, because, and we have different pianists, because you never know what's going to happen and what you're going to have. That's it. That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
That's what I really like about Tondu is you can mix
Tondu
it up.
is
We talked about that
free.
semi-recently, didn't we? I think that you can go wherever you want
You
with it,
really
pretty much as
can,
long as that
yeah.
meter's there and the
Yeah.
accent's right. It can be square, it can be swung, it can be.
I feel like naturally
Tango,
music
it-
that's naturally quicker can be slowed down.
Yeah.
And music that's really supposed to be a bit slower can be a bit brighter for Tondu. You can do loads with it.
You can mess about with the accents and the phrasing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Centre Tondu is Centre Tondu and Centre Adage is one of my two of my favourite exercises.
I feel like it's where, for me as a musician, it's where we get going in class. You know, dancers love it, don't they?
Yeah, especially if you change it,
Yeah.
change
Between
the
the groups,
flavour
yeah.
for each group. And
I do that at the
I
open
like
classes
that,
where
yeah.
it's, you know,
You never know
love
what.
it.
So they never know what they're going to. You do
Yeah.
a similar thing sometimes, Dave. You don't do an assessment. You say, okay, right, we'll have 3 different fields, but 4 different groups, so they never know what they're going to get.
And that kind of like brings us on to the next one.
Look at it. It's almost as if we planned this, which we didn't.
Because when we come to Pitti Allegro, this is exactly the same, but you're jumping. And this is even more exciting because you can then, because you're jumping, you can then alter not just the feel of it, but the speed of it. And you know what
I know what you're going to do. Yes, I know.
you
what-
have to,
Yes.
don't you?
strong hint in. Because this is then what we do. Because then
Do that last.
if I set an exercise, then as a Pitti Allegro, what I'll do is I'll start kind of steadier, and then we'll progressively get, as we get more used to it, faster, and that becomes then more exciting because they don't know what's going to happen and if they can make it. So that becomes fun.
I think I know what exercise you're going to set.
I'm going to set a very, very simple exercise. And the thing with Pitti Allegro as well, the simpler the better, because then you add more complexity, not just for the pianist, but for the dancers. This always entertains me. And I say, okay, let's reverse. And then it's a completely different exercise. Or I
Halfway
just
through
say-
the week and then
Exactly.
falling over each other.
Or I just say, let's add some beats in there.
Yeah.
And then your brain has to work overtime just to fit it all in. So yeah, let's see what...
Is Pitti Allegro one of those exercises that can be absolutely basic and then so advanced in the space of minutes by just
Repetition,
adding little
yes.
bits
Just
and
adding, yes.
upping the tempo, beats reversing, as you
It's
say.
so
yeah.
versatile. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
What is it, though? You haven't set it yet.
I know. Keeping you hanging in there.
Oh, this is such a tease.
So we're going to go on a 2/4, all right? But I'm not going to say what kind of a 2/4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want a glissade derrière, a jeté over, a pas de bourrée under, and an assemblé over. That's it. 4 steps. Yep. So I want 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. E1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's only one side, then the other side. And 5 and 6 and a 7 and 8. Then reverse. And a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and a 6 and a 7. I've got it wrong myself. And 8. All right? That's it. That's it. It's very short.
Oh gosh.
Which of you two is going first?
I have no idea what to play.
I've got a bit of a golden go-to.
Okay.
Do you want it to start slower? And
Well, I'll tell you what then.
okay.
You can decide. I want a 2/4, all right? But I want somebody to play a 6/8,
Okay.
all right? So you get a different flavour
Okay.
of a kind of a 2/4 feel, but with a different bouncy kind of a feeling. Yeah? So that it might go E1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. That kind of a bouncy feel. Yeah? But I also like the just playing the 2. Yeah?
I can do 6/8.
I'll do the 2/4 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do something. I'll do.
And
Just
Chris
something
will do
else.
one.
Everybody knows what I'm going to play. Hang on, doing the long walk over to the piano now. Are we there? There we are.
Here we go.
Lovely, thank you.
Is that long
Love
enough?
the syncopation and everything. So bright, lovely, really nice.
So 6/8, yeah.
6/8, please. Yes, that'd be fantastic. Oh, fantastic!
Amazing.
So bright.
Hang on, I'm
lovely.
running to the piano.
That was a lesson in arranging for class as well.
You know, this
So
running,
smarty
this
pants.
running between the piano and the sofa is really getting us up to our 10,000 steps today, isn't it? I think.
We've gone a bit blurry.
It'll focus
We'll
now.
focus
It
now.
should focus, and if not, I look better in a blur. When I'm blurred, everyone swipes right.
Yeah.
It was close, I took it too far.
And do you know what? There's a four hands version of that on our Instagram page with the Hobsons both playing it. It is fantastic. There's a four hands version and it is blinking marvellous.
Did you
So
find
go
out?
and look at it. It's the Catharsis Reel, but we called it David's Reel.
It is,
We
isn't
nicknamed
it?
it David's Reel, and I'm going to learn it.
Did
because-
you feel nervous just playing on your own without the dancers? I felt really
little bit,
nervous.
yeah.
Because you take it from them, don't you?
Yeah.
If they're on it, yeah.
That's clearly why I went far too fast then. If I'd have practiced, I'd have been able to play it at that speed. Maybe.
Oh, that was fab.
That was fun. Right, so the next thing we're going to move on to is a question that we've received a couple of times. It's about repertoire and about how you arrange and store and access your repertoire. Now, we also, I think three of us do it slightly differently, don't we? Akiko, what do you do?
iPad?
iPad?
Well, iPad this year.
iPad this year. You're new to the iPad, aren't
I'm
you?
new.
You're a new convert to the iPad. So I'm going to share
It's so useful.
my screen now from the iPad. So we all use an app, and we're not being paid for this.
No, no,
Sadly, we're not being paid for this
Like
advertisement.
this?
So this is an application which is at the bottom of the screen, and it's called Fourscore, and it's been around since the iPad was introduced in 2010. So I was one of those geeks who queued up at the Apple Store in 2010 and bought the most expensive iPad.
Wow.
I was one of those
Right,
geeks. So I've
okay.
been I've been building my library for a long time.
You have.
So I mean, this is where's this? This is Swan Lake Last Act, isn't it? Dun, 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 there on the screen, but you can see, as I tap the corner, the pages move. So that's its thing, and you can get geeky and buy Bluetooth page turning pedals if you want to.
Oh,
That
yes.
don't always work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had issues with those in the past.
Do you want to tell that story very quickly?
Yeah. So I was at a school.
This is when technology goes
when technology
wrong.
failed. I was at a school in the Western Hemisphere, and this was maybe when Akiko and I, like Ross and Rachel, were on a break type thing. And now we're getting into the proper podcast. We've done the serious stuff. Let's have fun. So I decided it was Entrance of the Swans, you know,
On a summer course.
Yeah, so the gorgeous Larissa Bamber had done it. I'm going to get the score up on here.
Oh
as
yeah,
I'm
find
talking.
it.
Because when you look at it, I mean, it's not overly difficult to play, but it looks the same. Every page looks the same because there's no key
It's the
signature.
same
There
rhythm,
is
it's a different key,
there's just
Oh
no
yeah,
accidentals.
same figure, isn't
Yeah.
it? The same figure.
So if you lose your place in this score, life can become really difficult, and it did. And
It
because
was
it
so
was
funny.
it was summer school students. Who
it
were
was the
not,
performance. It
It
wasn't
was the
a
performance as
rehearsal.
well. Yeah.
Audience, everything.
And
Yeah.
it was summer school students who, you know, are not in vocational training, most of them.
yeah.
So, and then I suddenly realised I went to press the button, and I hoped this would happen, and nothing did. It stayed there. And I was like, ooh.
Go backwards. I
So
don't
then
know.
I pressed something else, and it went backwards. So what I could see while I'm trying to play this was this. To the point where I had to stop and look at the gorgeous Larissa Bamber and go, where are we? In the middle of the performance. She's at the back. She's not like this. The watches,
Just
the watches,
tell
the
the
watches.
girls, just keep going. And
like,
you just kept playing up until
Because I
how
just
do you call
lost,
it?
I completely lost where I was. And what, I mean, that was bad enough. What didn't help is, at the time, my ex-girlfriend was stood behind me,
It's hysterical.
crying, laughing.
You mean Akiko?
Yes.
I enjoyed Chris failing so much.
Sweating.
It was joyful.
Yeah.
How did you get out of it?
So he
yeah,
kept playing the same rhythm. Whatever the key, he kept playing, and then Larissa kept doing this to the girls.
And then
when the girls went to the corner,
right.
We managed
Yes.
to sort of pick it up. there.
Okay.
But that was a lesson in technology failure. It was awful.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, back
But the iPad is very
that was
handy
a long time ago.
for keeping a lot
Yeah.
of music.
So, I mean, like, you look at this. How do you do this? There you go. Like, so all scores. So I've got 2,226 scores on the top there. And I've got them genred into ballet class, Christmas songs, Latin
Yeah.
musical theatre, etc. So we have like full scores on there for ballet rehearsal. You can annotate the pages as well, which is quite useful. But the way I like to use it is for ballet class. So you can see some of it. You can't really see it there, Debbie, because it's quite small. But actually, one of these says DY Ass Class, and that was for your assessment. What did I play then? Losing My Mind, La Vie en Rose, Chardas, and Symphony No. 7 by Mozart.
yes.
Yeah, that was that. But you can then subcategorize these things as well. So if I click on ballet class, 26 sets. So I then have 2/4 coda, 2/4 rag, 2/4 straight, swing, 3/4 legato, pirouette, begin, bossa, legato, and then go in there, and then let's say 3/4 legato. Everything is in there, sort of linked. So if you
Yeah.
click on whatever we'd like to click on, I mean, Bewitched. Not that we need that particularly, but it's in there. It's most of them just memory joggers. So a bit like sort of like a categorized reel book for the musicians and for the jazzers. They all just come up, so then you just click to the next
it's a
page.
really good reference point. I mean, you probably, certainly for the scores, you need it because you would read them. But for things like this, which is just a lead sheet,
Yeah.
you go back on it, it's just to jog your memory, isn't it?
It is, and it's just that. It's like it's the safety blanket. It's
Yeah,
the Dodie blanket that
yeah.
I use.
And if you're feeling a bit stale, you can go to your iPad and think, what have I not played for ages?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And think,
then you
oh,
can-
I know that, but I've not thought to play that. And
If you see on
put
the
that in.
screen there, it says like you can organise it by different ways: manual, reference, fresh, or shuffle. So if you do
Yeah.
manual, it's probably in alphabetical order or similar or something. And you click on shuffle, and it all gets moved around into different orders. So
Right.
you go, oh, okay. Or
I
sometimes I'll just flick through and go like that, and then just go boom, click on it and go, okay, that's what I'm going to play today. Someone is Waiting by Sondheim, just for a little. So that's how I do it.
I also use Scribd. Again,
Yes.
not paid to talk about this, but you can't. All you can do is you don't save it like Fourscore. You just save it on the app or the website.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's a bit like carting around books, isn't
yeah,
it?
it
But-
is. You can download them.
Yeah.
But it keeps all the things that you've saved, and you can just look at them
Yeah.
like that. But on Fourscore, is it tap and it turns?
Yes, whereas
You have to swipe.
Scribd, you have to
Swipe.
swipe left.
Yes, swipe right,
Yeah.
left to go right.
Left, yeah.
Yeah,
Swipe.
to get to the next page.
This is why none of us are any good on Tinder, because none of us know what the directions are.
But it's just technology helped us so much, because I remember like in the ages ago, I would just listen to YouTube,
Yeah.
with the pencil and paper, because I'm good at dictation, so I
Yeah.
just listen, just write down the melody and the harmony, and that was my
Yeah.
reference. And then
And also because I've only been using the iPad this year. For years, I'd either carry paper around, like sheet music, like things that I just wanted to put into class. And as soon as they were 90% there, I'd play them in a beginner's class, or and once they were 100% there, I'd use them for something high profile. But for years, I would learn things at home. And just try and remember them the next day. And if I didn't, I'd go back and learn it.
But learning things
Having
at
a
home,
list on the piano of things that I wanted to put in class.
learning things at home, that brings us on to 2020, doesn't it? Because I think we've
As
briefly...
if we'd planned that.
we did, but I just saw a button on here which worked really well. Right? So I don't know what everybody else planned in the lockdown. My first thought was when we was like, oh my God, who knows what this is going to be? I was like, right, I know what we'll do. I'm going to build 30 new classes of 30 different bits of music and 30 different things for each class. I was like, I will have this nailed. I didn't do any of it. I think I learned about 10 new tunes in 2 years. But that was one of my go-tos in lockdown, was that. But the other thing was we just started recording. So we'd recorded because we record episodes in bulk usually, because at work and schedule, we can't always get together as easily. So we record 4 or 5, or certainly we did then at the time. And then we're good for a few weeks. And then we went into lockdown. So we had to learn to do, actually all of us had to learn to do, David had to learn to do online teaching. We had to learn to do online playing. We all had to learn Zoom for work.
I had to learn about technology. I bought the kit.
You had to buy all the wires and the gear and the interface. And then we also had to record this podcast online, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which I've only got 2 videos from back in the day.
We have to explain how you did it, because we were all on a Zoom meeting.
So we had a collective Zoom meeting, didn't we?
But we each had our own.
Yeah.
We were recording our audios locally.
Yeah.
Me on GarageBand. Was
David
David
was
on
on GarageBand as
GarageBand.
well, yeah.
And you had to painstakingly put the audio together and line them up so it looked like we were having that conversation that we were on Zoom.
Which I thought would have been easy.
But it was
It was really hard
time-consuming.
because the internets all had different delays. So when it came to me, I couldn't just copy David's audio because how it recorded locally on your screen was different to how how you recorded was different to how I received. Right. So that was painful. So I would sit actually where Akiko and David are sat. I'd sit there with the Bose's on for about 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah, I know,
so we used to record on a Monday evening,
Yes.
and then we'd spend Tuesday and sometimes Tuesday try and send the gear over to you.
Yeah.
Get it done, and then upload it Wednesday, and then release it Thursday.
But I was listening to other podcasts that were recorded in lockdown, and ours wasn't any worse than the
I think ours
BBC
was
or the
quite
professional
good.
ones.
Oh, wow.
I think we nailed it.
Well, let's see. This is an example. I've got 2 examples coming up.
Have you seen these, David? You
David,
might have.
You might have done. So I've called this David's not so quite functioning internet. And if you replace not so quite functioning with a 4-letter word that begins with S, you know what I called it. Here we go.
Are we there?
Yes, we're there.
Yeah, we're frozen.
We are.
Hello. So, listeners, that's
Go for it, Matt. I'm going to take a breath and do your
dear.
outro, and then I'll clip it out.
the technology.
I know. We've had this all week. It's been annoying.
Bless. It when it works, it's amazing.
Great.
When it's not,
I'll save this little bit of a conversation and we can put it in an outtake. I'll beep out my word, and then we can put it in an outtake of whatever this is called, a technical.
I didn't even hear that.
You heard it that time, didn't you? Sorry.
So, listeners,
I mean,
There's a flashback.
that sums it up, really, doesn't it?
What you did.
Yeah.
And then the other one that we developed a slight habit, and when I say we, I mostly mean me, but this you don't remember this one. This shows it up that we possibly, because it was a stressful time, we'd maybe have a small lager while we were recording the podcast, yeah? But, so this is a video of that. Are you ready? Concentrate.
yeah, let's do it.
Are we all ready to record?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Cool. Okay, right. Here we go.
You're listening to the Ballet Piano Podcast, lifting the lid on dance accompaniment.
Hello, Ballet Piano podcast fans. Can I do that again? Because I said piano.
Sorry, I put you off.
No, that was my fault. Sorry. Okay, right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Chris.
You're listening to the Ballet.
I mean, why do you all have good hair and I look like Claire Balding?
Well, that shows you what the internet was, because I went 3, 2, 1, press. So that was it. It was at least a 4 or 5 seconds later, and I don't know who's watching, or if anybody, well, actually, people can hear us, I can see on there. But, we live, within a radius of about 5 miles from each other, don't we? If we put a put a dot in the middle, we are all so close. It was, so that was hard.
Yeah.
But we did it. We all came out the other side.
We did.
Just about.
Something to do, wasn't it?
It was. I think our podcast got me through lockdown a little bit.
But the podcast and dog walking.
Dog walking, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we recorded on a Monday night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because you were homeschooling and
Homeschooling.
you were teaching on Zoom.
I was actually looking at the video, for the first video, and see the thing on the
all
That's
the
horrible.
background
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, bless. Right, we've got one more thing to do, and it's the question, David, that only 2 people have asked us.
Uh-oh.
And it's called, what Disney princess are you?
Oh.
Who's asked this? Right, right.
Oh gosh, what do we do?
Right, I'm going to ask questions, but I can only do it one by one. So we've got 2 people. So it's been asked of David.
Oh,
so David has
you go first.
Right. What is my favourite Ballet Piano podcast fans? My favourite weekend activity is curling up with a book, exploring a farmer's market, cooking, putting my feet up, anything outside, a walk in the woods, alone time, or hanging with friends.
Oh, can I only have one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Noise.
Put my feet up.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. The animal who will lead my inevitable royal parade is a raccoon, a fish, a tiger, a dragon, a horse, an owl, an alligator, or a chameleon?
A dragon.
A dragon.
In the Chinese calendar, I'm a dragon.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Very dragon-like in the studio. I was going to say and in the bedroom, but that was a joke. That was a joke. Only happened once. The most important quality I look for in a prince is charm, kindness, dreaminess, humour, honour, personality, or I don't need a prince.
Is big appendage on there?
It's not. Like a Shire horse.
Humour.
Thank God for that. Which of these outfit elements are you most likely to wear? Sweats, a dress, heels, glass slippers, a headband, a necklace, a skirt, or a vest?
They're on there as well, David.
Are they?
Can you see them on there?
Oh, I can. Glass slippers.
My favourite place to burst into song is a forest, a field, the beach, on the go, in my room whilst doing my chores, under a willow tree, or I don't sing.
I'm seeing Julie Andrews now just spinning around in the field.
In a field, where's field? In a field of flowers. Favourite hairstyle, a stylish bob, a high ponytail, really, really long. Sorry, long, really long. Bangs, what's bangs?
Fringe.
Oh, okay. Sleek and straight, half up, half down, a top knot, or practical.
A high pony, I think.
A power pony.
A power pony. Okay, oh gosh, I forgot how many of these questions there were. Someday I want to be a baker, a business owner, a fashion designer, zoologist, a singer, a writer, an athlete, or a CEO. It's quite a weird combination.
I have a secret. My secret wish was that I had a voice to sing, but I don't. But that would be my wish.
Okay, so a singer. In one word, my style is fun, classic, Timeless, retro, bohemian, vintage, functional, or colourful?
Can I answer this? Classic.
I was going to say that.
You are classically dressed all the time,
Right.
like exquisite.
I live in a castle, cottage, small town, big city, apartment, tower, treehouse, or mansion.
I wish a castle.
Oh, I think this is the last one. It's 4 p.m. This means it's time to hit the gym, take a stroll, have tea, work on my chess game, see what my friends are up to, have a snack, take a nap, or do my chores. Or go to the butcher's hook in the Western
Yes,
Hemisphere.
that one.
What's that?
Why didn't Disney know about this? Would that come under, if we're going to go for a drink, would that come under,
Jean?
no, have tea?
We'll see my friends.
See my friends. Yeah, see what my friends are up to.
Yes.
My favourite colour. Gee, where's this? Because I had a long time. I should have planned this. Green, blue, yellow, orange, or red.
Red.
David, you are Cinderella. You never give up on your dreams. You remember to be kind to others no matter what challenges you face. You will be brave enough to conquer them.
And you're always going to the ball.
Right.
Thank you.
Woo!
That was fun.
So I think we're in 48 minutes. I've got one more thing to do, and then we're done. And then we're out of here. David, you've been... Not that I've planned this for weeks. Right? You've been around on the planet for a bit. And you've taught you've taught a few people, you've danced with a few people, you've been to a few countries. Okay? But we couldn't finish without a message from one of your dearest friends.
Oh,
You know who this is. Watch the screen. Here we go.
Hi, David. Just checking in to say congratulations on your 50th podcast. Well, time has flown, hasn't it? Just also to say how privileged I am and how very happy I am to have known you for more than 3 decades. My goodness, how time has flown. And the main element of our friendship has been not only the camaraderie, but how much we've laughed all these years. And these are very precious memories. So I will leave you by saying congratulations and looking forward to meeting up very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Yay! It's Michael!
lovely chandelier.
He does.
His house is immaculate, isn't it?
He's fantastic. Actually, we're going to see Michael on Friday, aren't we?
yes. Yeah. Looking
So,
forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Look at the screen.
Hi David, this is Dai. How are you doing? I have heard this is your. Hi David. Yes, both of us here. Alice is in Ireland. It's a little far, so she couldn't make it today. But she's sending you all of her love from Ireland. There are lots of loves in Ireland as well as sheep. Right. Yes, and I just wanted to congratulate you for everything. Thank you very much for being our great friend and our inspiration. I'm sorry, I'm at the cafe at the moment, so it could be a little bit loud, so please ignore that. What I wanted to say is thank you for being amazing, legend, David, and thank you for just being yourself. That's me, Dai. And pass on to you, Sue.
Okay, 100%. So, David, yes, you mean so many things to me. You were a fantastic, elegant, musical, precise dancer. You were a fabulous teacher. And so many memories of watching you teach everywhere at Elmhurst and high school and so many places. And I have this memory of you explaining how to do a frappe, which was just so fantastic. You took about 15 minutes to tell all these students, but they'd never forget it, and I've never forgotten it. And then that wonderful class, you had the beautiful EMBS students at Tuesday at the centre. That was just amazing. So they're so lucky. But most of all, David, my bestie ever friend. You're always ready to help. You're always ready to listen, and I couldn't live without you, really. Yeah, you're, just as Di says, amazing.
Yes. Remember, David, I'm your best friend as well, not just Sue. Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, everybody, of course. Of course, I got lots of best friends. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. So,
Okay, David.
just such an amazing job with this podcast, and Chris and Kiko and Matt. Fabulous. If I want a laugh, I just listen along. It's all well done. Brilliant. Okay.
Well done, David.
Well done.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Oh, so sweet.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Diane Sue. So grateful for that. It's lovely.
Right, can I give you one more before we go? Hold your breath. It's your old boss. Actually, no, it's not. That's a joke. Sorry, that was really cruel. Right, here we go.
Well, as a ballet master, I always thought that you were one of the most professional people I ever worked with. Always hardworking, always got on with it, and it was always a pleasure. But I don't know if you remember, but when we were doing this strength training course with that Greek Olympic man, the amount of weights that he used to pull, and it was quite incredible. I think pound for pound, you were the strongest out of the whole of the 6 guys that were doing the tests. I mean, I remember you as a dancer. I mean, the bluebirds that you did, and I remember too when unfortunately you tore your Achilles. The sound of that tear was absolutely
Awful.
gut wrenching. But you got on with it and got back and danced as well as before. All credit to you. Always really a true professional.
And since then, since after you finished dancing, you've become the most incredible teacher. You've been a real mentor to so many kids from all over the world, and you will be, I'm sure, remembered for all of the teaching, the mentoring, the tips, the professionalism, as Alan just said. So many things, and we both hold you in extremely high esteem and high regard, and have enjoyed knowing you very much. So take good care, and wishing you all the best.
Can we just said while the video was on, everyone's talking about David like he's dead. David is not dead. David is very much
He's
alive.
not dying either.
I know, and he's still got lots of reports to write for the school in the Western Hemisphere. But yeah, sorry, we couldn't let the moment pass without just a few messages from some old friends.
Thank you so much. That's gorgeous. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
I think that's a wrap, isn't it?
Are we going to do it again?
We might do it again. Well, when we do it again, we'll make sure that the sound desk is plugged in at the start, because I tripped over it earlier. That's what the issue was, and that's why it got unplugged. Whoops. So that's completely my fault. I will take it. My bad. But yeah, no, we'll do it again. We'll do it in some different ways, won't we? We'll see what we can do live.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
And if you've got any ideas, I mean, we say this, nobody ever does it. But
Message us, email us.
Yes, email us, get in contact with us, social us up. If you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see us do, because you can hear us or you can see us, and we will do stuff within reason. Yeah?
If you want to know where Chris got his shirts from,
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt lovingly calls grandma's curtains. I mean, it's sweltering in London today.
It's really hot.
In this room,
Yeah.
it's 25 degrees. It's hot.
Yeah.
I think we all deserve a cold drink. Yeah? Well, in that case, then, we're going to take a break now because we've done 50. So we'll be back probably late 2022.
Yeah, at the end
Later
of the
on,
year.
towards the end of the year. So keep in contact with us. Keep hooked up to the social channels.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the emails via our website, which you can see there. balletpianopodcast.com. Ooh, I mean, you could see it there. Can't do it. Enough. But now, it's goodbye from me.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.